heading into the, I guess I'll start again here. I see muted, so I fixed that there. But breaking down Game 3 regular season, Toronto Maple Leafs defeating the Ottawa Senators 3-2 on this one. It was a close one. Ottawa came out with the lead. David Kampf able to score with 17 seconds left to tie that one in the second period. Go on in to the third period. And I mean, hey, sometimes you just got to be resilient and battle these ones out. Goody cannot be here today. Unfortunately, he is volunteering at an animal shelter tonight, so could not make it to this stream, but he'll be here for the next one, hopefully. So sorry for starting off with the muted audio there. Apologies. Getting some new things worked out, trying to add some new stuff to the stream for you guys, so might have messed up with some of my settings. But as I'm seeing the big conversation here tonight, wait for our guy Gordon Graham. He's going to be going absolutely nuts over this one. Justin Holl for the Norris. I mean, lock this one in. Take all the money that you have in every single account, your life savings, put it on Justin Holl for the Norris. Gordon Graham is going to be running to the sports books in Japan over there to be hammering that down because he is the best defenseman in the NHL at this point. Hands down. The best defensive defenseman, the best offensive defenseman. He's just the best. There's no way around it. Justin Holl for the Norris. Lock that one in. I mean, the guy is a god. He made one block on Alex Ovechkin last night, and it put him in the lead. He couldn't get any better than that. Couldn't get any better defensively. And then he goes out there tonight and scores the game-winning goal. I mean, why need Austin Matthews when you have Justin Holl who can go out there and score you game-winning goals? That's what he's here for, right? Norris Trophy defenseman, getting a bargain on him. Why? Like Cale Makar paying him that much money? What are we doing? You can just get a guy like Justin Holl to slide in $2 million, and he can be the best defenseman that you've ever seen in your entire life. Justin Holl, legend. Oh, 2 blocks on Ovi. My bad. 2 blocks on Ovi shots. Hey, Justin Holl for the Norris. Let's start the campaign. Leafs fans, start the campaign. If you guys are here right now, you have not been here before, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you can hit the bell as well to turn on notifications, get notified every single time that we go live. We post videos, reactions, news, rumors, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, this morning, a Matt Murray injury news broke, so I was debating putting out a video, but decided I'd wait to hop on here and talk to you guys live about this one. So let's just start by breaking that down, because that was the biggest news of the day that came out to start this day here today. Matt Murray gets injured during the morning skate. It looked fairly innocent as he was skating off of the ice, but I mean, we will get into some of the Samsonov talk. I'm seeing that in here, but Matt Murray skating off the ice, it looked fairly innocent. And then it turns out it's just, hey, he can't go tonight, and actually he's going on LTIR, which means he's going to be out for 24 days and 10 games there through that stretch, which means he can't return until early November against the, I think it was the Vegas Golden Knights, can be his first game back. Matt Murray's a guy who's been injury prone throughout his career. We knew that. I saw some joking out there online today about how Kyle Dubas is a genius getting that Matt Murray contract at a very specific price to come in here and relieve a certain amount of LTIR from, or give a certain amount of LTIR room on for this team for this season, as if he anticipated Matt Murray getting injured this year. So honestly, that was kind of funny to me, but I mean, it's obviously a risk that you take with any of these goaltenders, especially guys that are injury prone. And for anybody out there who's going to sit there and say what an idiot Dubas is for going out and trading for a guy who's been injury prone through his career and taking a gamble, Jack Campbell was a guy who was injury prone throughout his career. A lot of what kind of held him back, obviously playing behind Jonathan Quick doesn't help, but one thing that held him back from even being able to take that leap was the fact that he struggled from injuries. He struggled from injuries for most of his time during LA. Couldn't stay healthy for an extended period of time, and then Toronto said, hey, we'll take a gamble on this guy. They've got a great medical staff here, and every time he did get injured, they were able to figure it out and bring him back kind of stronger or better than he was before. So they were able to kind of get some of that stuff going with him. Hopefully, they can kind of bring Murray back here in a state where he can be better or more in a better physical position when he gets back. He did pass physicals when they first traded for him. So, yeah, I mean, It's a risk that you take when you're trading for an injury-prone defenseman. It's just something, or a goaltender. It's just something that may happen. That is a position where you're going to be putting your body on the line, almost more so than a lot of the forwards defenseman kind of situation, because of the nature of the position. You are stretched out. You are in very reactionary positions, having to move fast side to side all the time. Your lower body is going to take a beating throughout the course of your career. I mean, look at Carey Price. The guy may never play a game in the NHL again. And a lot of that has to do with knees, hips, groin, all that kind of stuff, because he had to deal with that and had to deal with these injuries that were ongoing and nagging, and then ended up holding him out, forces him to get surgeries, all that kind of stuff, and he can never fully recover. So it ends up going out. I see Denver, Charlotte Ball saying Zach's got the patchy facial hair. Yeah, I do. This camera really accentuates it too. I like just gritty. That's the way she goes. I can trim it down, but kind of no need to right now, so just let it fly. As far as the Matt Murray stuff goes, though, still, I don't blame Dubas for that. You had no goaltender. You're going to have to pay Jack Campbell for a long period of time at a large amount of money, and you say you don't want to do that because he's an older guy, so you're going to go and take a gamble on another guy. And the other thing that I threw out there in the preseason, and hey, maybe at this point it might start to come true with this injury to Matt Murray and how he's going to be out for a little bit here. Samsonov's going to have to step in and take a larger workload. He's going to have to play a lot more. Chalgren's obviously being recalled. He's going to be good to go and be able to step into this lineup as a backup. He's going to be relied upon to spot into some games, but I can imagine a situation here where they push Samsonov ahead. And this is now back-to-back games for Samsonov where he's looked good. He put up a .923 in his game against Washington. He let in 2 early goals that were kind of shaky in that one, 2 that he'd like to have back. I heard Kelly Rudy talking about it during the game broadcast where he's saying, you never like to see a goaltender allowing goals that go through their body, and those are the ones that really start to eat at them because they're watching that happen, they see it happen, they feel it happen, and it's like, ah, man, these pucks are going through me. And when pucks are going through them, that is a little bit of a kind of knock to the ego almost. Like, you're the goaltender. If it beats you, it beats you, but if it's going through you, it's just a little bit of a shot at you there. It hurts to have that happen. But he bounced back and he continued to play well. He made some great saves later. I mean, even like that TJ Brody play in the third period where he's skating out in front of the net with the puck and the puck gets knocked off of his stick on the net of Samsonov. He had to be ready for that. He had to be reactionary. He had to be on his toes, and he made a great save. Samsonov's was looking real good. Yeah, I see Gordon Graham. Sammy's kick save on his own player was save of the night. Yeah. That was an incredible one. I had written that down. Like, you got to be heads on a swivel as a goaltender. You got to be ready for anything at any moment, and that's exactly what Samsonov was there. So shout out to Samsonov for that play, because that was just good stuff all around. He played a great game tonight. Makes, I believe it was 25 saves, 2 goals against, .926 save percentage. All year last year, all Goody and I asked for the entire time was, if you are going to be the backup goaltender, if you're going to come into here, or even if you're going to be starting and you want to give this team an opportunity to take it to the next level, all you got to do is put up a 900 or above, because this is a team that can score goals and outscore some of their problems. We've seen through these first 3 games, kind of, but especially the last 2, the Samsonov's been in there. You give that team above a 900, and they're going to be able to figure it out. Like, they're going to be able to make some things happen with that. That's exactly what they did tonight. Samsonov holds them in. He doesn't allow this one to get too far out of control. That second goal, the one to tie it up by Giroux, I don't really blame him. Hopefully he can kind of tighten up some of these rebounds in the future, but it's not like it was a bad goal against. And more than anything, that was defenseman should have been clearing guy all alone in front of the net. They were late getting there. Now, on the flip side, the Murray situation, kind of last thing I'll say about this, him being on LTIR, it gives you 24 more days to figure out what to do with the cap when Timothy Liljegren comes back, when Jordy Ben is off LTIR. Like, you are going to have some decisions to make. You're going to have to move some guys, cut some guys, waive some guys, whatever it is. But this gives you 24 more days to figure that out and see if you can get some guys in there. So, Ben Scrivens, man. I see this is Ben Scrivens 2.0. Ben Scrivens. I forgot about that name. I hope not. I hope he doesn't turn into Scrivens 2.0. That would not be a good look for a guy making that much money, for a guy that we had to trade for in this offseason, hoping he could be the starting guy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see what the chat's up to here. Some of it saying no Goody. Nope. As I mentioned, Goody tonight volunteering at the animal shelter. You know, he's doing good deeds. He was on the Peace Corps. He was helping out a buddy at Tim Hortons a couple episodes ago, and tonight he's volunteering at the animal shelter. So hopefully Goody is back in action for the next live stream. But it was good to have him on for the last couple here. I don't even want to say that guy's name. Let's leave that one. Arnav B saying Matthews is slowly heating up, and once he is hot, it's game over. McDavid is crazy already. Yes, McDavid has been crazy already, but I was a little bit concerned about Matthews and Marner. I mean, it wasn't time to press the panic button, I'll say that for sure, but they were being kind of invisible through the first 3 games. Like, even though they're getting some points here and there, that's kind of what you need from them. It was just more, you're playing 2 bad teams in Montreal and Ottawa, and I don't mean bad when I'm referring to Ottawa in terms of like a bottom of the league kind of team, but they're not going to be a playoff team. I really don't anticipate them being a playoff team this season, and that's a game where if you're going to be a Stanley Cup contender, especially early in the season when you've got legs, you've got rest, you're at home, you're waiting for a team to come in here, you got to kind of just take it to them right away and not have to scrape through the game. Now, that being said, they do end up pulling out the win. So there's that. But it's those ones where you're kind of hoping that Matthews and Marner might be able to step up and just take over. Salvatore Flemia saying that PP goal was needed. Yeah, it was. That power play was struggling a little bit, especially at the beginning. I found it kind of wild. Like, Leafs fans in the stadium were booing, because the team was struggling to enter the offensive zone. They were struggling to get anything going on the power play. They had no shots on goal that first power play. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there. Yeah, Jacob M saying Capitals ain't that good either now. Agreed. I also agree with that, and saying Ottawa is probably on par with them. That's fair. I think that's a fair evaluation. But I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm curious what the chat thinks. I kind of think Michael Bunting should go on the first power play unit instead of John Tavares, because he's going to cause more shit. And a power play that I look to that is actually fairly successful with that shit disturber in front was Calgary last year and Florida this year. I watched the Florida-Buffalo game today. Matthew Tkachuk, every single time he's on the ice and he's standing in front of the net. Now, mind you, he's a better player, way more skilled player than Michael Bunting is. But every single time he's standing in front of that net, Matthew Tkachuk and Michael Bunting, they're causing shit. They're distracting a guy, and he can bury too. He's a guy who's just going to whack away at some pucks, and then you can put John Tavares onto the second unit and kind of spread things out a little bit and maybe move some things around, because Sheldon Keefe does like to go to the second unit. Like, that first unit does not get utilized the same way that Pittsburgh's first unit or Washington's first unit is. JT is a guy... Yeah, I see Akuma's deception saying I agree, but JT is playing too well and Keefe would never take off one of the big guns off the PP. Yeah, he is playing well, and I understand that as well. It's more just, it's not about him not playing well or him not contributing. In my opinion, it's changing the dynamic of that first power play unit, right? Where it's a different look. And then Bunting can go in there and be the guy right in front of the net, where even Gordon's saying here, Tavares plays off to the side. He is more of a side net guy, like not standing right in front, whereas Matthew Tkachuk legitimately has his ass in front of the goaltender every single time he's on the power play. Like, he is parked right there, locked in, standing in that slot position right in front of the goaltender, and a guy who's not afraid to do that, in my opinion, is Michael Bunting. And I just think it's not about who's good at or who's more skilled in that situation. It's straight up just about who can cause some distraction in front. And if you have a guy who's going to cause distraction in front because he's going to draw a defenseman there to try to clear it out, it just opens up the surrounding areas that much more with Bunting in front, because JT is kind of coming out to the side, and then that penalty kill is able to separate away. So the other thing that happens is whenever the point man has the puck, you're looking at a situation where he's basically got a clear shot on net. There's no traffic, there's no deflection opportunity, there's no nothing in front of the net to cause anything. No tips, no deflections, no screens, no defenseman in there to cause anything happening in front. So it's a clear lane. The penalty kill can almost essentially just spread out like this. Cover Matthews. Like, think about people getting mad about Riley not shooting the puck. Every time he's going to shoot it, he's basically just going to take a wrist shot from the point directly on with no traffic in front of the net. That's kind of part of the problem here, where the penalty kill can kind of just open up and guard Nylander, guard Matthews on the sides, and then they're taking away JT and Marner in the corners by being a little bit more spread out. Whereas if it moves in a little bit because Bunting's in front, you take one defenseman where they're going to have to essentially rotate to the diamond each time. And if they rotate that way, you might open up an opportunity for Matthews and Nylander out on the sides. And if you're not, you're going to open up opportunities for guys down low. Riley up top, Nylander and Matthews out to the sides. If you can get Marner in the position down low and Bunting out in front, you're basically opening up that corner position where they're going to have to react every time if the puck goes down there to either filter down to him, have the guy in front come out to the corner to play him and open up Bunting, or if that guy from Matthews' side comes in, he can go back to Matthews up for the shot. Or if the guy from Nylander's side sneaks down, he can play it over to Nylander. Like, I think it might just open some things up with Bunting being there, because JT being a side of the net guy as opposed to a in front of the net guy, I think it just makes it a little bit too predictable. And I think they've been giving different reads and stuff, which I think is a good thing, especially considering how much it dropped off last year, that power play. Especially kind of in the end of the season, because basically all you had to do was look at the playbook and you're like, okay. So they're going to pass to Matthews, he's going to step in and shoot the puck, or he's going to curl into the zone as Marner comes cross-ice pass and he's going to step into a shot. And if you can eliminate that cross-ice pass or eliminate Matthews coming into the zone, power play's toast. I mean, Riley doesn't have the greatest shot. He's got good vision. He's a good passer. But then you're basically almost eliminating the down low guy with John Tavares as well at that point. So, yeah, I am seeing some people talking about JT on the draws. Happy Gilmore mentioning it. Salvatore Flamia mentioning JT on the draws. 1-0 Calgary first shot. Is that the Edmonton game? Is Campbell in net there? Yeah, it is. And Jack Campbell is in net. It happened to him the other day too. We were on stream and that Edmonton game was playing, and Jack Campbell let in 2 goals on the first 3 shots that he faced. Donnie, what's up, Donnie? Donnie commented on the last video saying that I'm sorry you missed the stream. It's all good. It's all good. Not everyone can be here for everyone. We get it. We understand. I know JT is supposed to be the premier faceoff guy. He's really good at those faceoffs, but look who else is on that power play. Nylander, who Keefe openly admitted he's completely comfortable with seeing. I got to lift my chair up. This thing is bugging me. Nylander, who Keefe openly admitted he's good with playing center. He can win draws. He's a strong guy. He's obviously not got the craziest faceoff percentage, but he is a guy who can win draws. And then the other thing would be you have Austin Matthews, who's legitimately your number 1 centerman. If he can't win draws, teach him to. Yeah, happy Gilmore. I thought Donnie only comes in when the Leafs lose. LOL. Hey, he made an appearance here tonight. He made an appearance. Happy to see him. But yeah, with the whole Matthews thing, like, I think he's got to be able to win draws. Like, why can't we rely on Austin Matthews to win draws? Why can't we allow William Nylander to go in there and win some draws? Like, let these guys do that if they can do it. But I don't know. All right, guy who's been playing. Oh, Arnab B saying, oh, Campbell is bad again. LOL. Arnab B, good point here. Maybe Willie will be future second-line center and Tavares moves to the wing. Now, that was discussed in this offseason, partially because JT's boots. Your center, being the center position requires you to be the most mobile forward on the ice. You have to be like first man in, first man back kind of situation. You're the last man out, first man back situation where you have to be back into the zone. You're the first back checker. You got to be the first one into the corners. You're down low, and then you're the last forward leaving the zone. A lot of times if the puck is coming up from down low because you're supporting down low, you got to be able to get up and down the ice quickly and across ice quickly. He may just not have that. He's always been a heavier boots kind of guy, but he may be in a position now where he's going to be even more slowed down. So that could be an opportunity where you see them switch over. And if Keefe is comfortable with having Nylander at center, hey, give him a try. But here's the other thing. If William Nylander plays center and he excels, next contract. He is going to be the most bargain-friendly or team-friendly contract maybe in the NHL if he plays center, second-line center on this team, and he excels at it. If you guys are in here right now and you have not hit subscribe, make sure you do so. Also, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 50 likes on the video today. We're at 100 concurrent viewers right now, so shout out to everyone who's in here watching. Leafs beat the Senators 3-2. Made it close. They go up 2-1 off a William Nylander absolute snipe. That guy's been playing real well. We can get more into William Nylander talking about it here, but if you guys have questions or anything like that, feel free to let us know. But hit that like button on this video. Share the link around with your friends. Also, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on the bell. But let's get to 50 likes on this stream. Come on, we can get there. It's not that hard. There's 100 people watching right now. There's no reason we can't get to 50 on this stream. Help the boys out, especially when Goody comes back. When Goody comes back, if I can tell him we hit 100 likes during the stream, not even 50, we blow past it and get 100 likes because everyone in here liked. That's a good night. That's a good night. Goody's helping at the animal shelter tonight, you know? Help the man out. I'm seeing Grizzly21 2009 saying, what does the cap go up next year? There's been rumors that the cap will go up a significant amount, not necessarily a specific monetary value, so I can't give you that answer right this second. But there's been talks that this cap may go up a lot. COVID kind of coming to an end here. Rinks are packed again. Revenue going back up. Justin Gannon, thank you. I see you with the like. I appreciate it. But talking about a situation where everything's kind of coming back for hockey-related revenue, getting back on track. TV deals, you get the new deal with ESPN and TNT their first years. TNT has absolutely been crushing it. They have been great to watch. I got an opportunity to watch it on Wednesday night after our stream, I think it was. Was Wednesday night our stream? Yeah, Wednesday night our stream. I was watching it after. And like those guys are so entertaining during the broadcast. And if you're driving views, you're driving content, all that kind of stuff, then the money is going to continue to go up. So, I mean, we've even taught Donnie Brasco saying 1.1, then 3.5. I've seen more. I've seen more. Now, it's not necessarily that it's like a guarantee of what that's going to happen. Donnie could be 100% right here. I just have seen rumors that the cap will go up more. Gordon, the second the cap goes up, agents are going to ask for salaries that'll cripple teams, potentially. His 2-1, 2 goals against Campbell already. Yikes. Yeah, RIP. Guys, hey, this is part of why I was okay with walking away from Campbell. And it's not because I thought he was going to have a bad year this year. I didn't think that. I think he'll kind of turn it around and figure it out. But it's that I don't know if he'll be able to hold on to what he did last year for that period of time that he wanted that contract for. You have to remember, he's not young. Like, he's not a guy who's in his 20s or mid-20s, late 20s. Like, Jack Campbell is an older goaltender, and to kind of lock him in over a 5-year stretch, you're risking it, and you're risking it at the money that he's being paid where, hey, it may just fall off. Like, you never really know kind of where those goaltenders are going to go. He's 30 years old. He's had injury problems, and the guy's making $5 million until 2027. Like, there's no guarantee that these guys can hold on. And Matt Murray, let me just pull this up here. Matt Murray, his contract is almost done. So even if it's not going to work here, he's 28 years old. He's making almost $3.5 million less than what Campbell is. And he's got, I guess he's got 2 more years after this. No, he's got this year and next year. So you've got 3 less years out of the guy than what Campbell did in Edmonton. So that's kind of where, for me, it's like almost the Lyubushkin situation. Would you like to have the guys back? 100%. Zachary Miles saying, hey, sorry, I was late to the stream. Did you guys talk about Murray? I touched on it at the beginning, but if you guys have questions about Murray or you guys want to talk about it, just mention them in the chat and I'll bring them up here. We'll go through it. We'll go through it kind of as a unit here. We'll go through it as a team. Happy Gilmore, Zach always holds it down. I tuned into your better stream, but I had to watch on Twitch because the audio wasn't working on YouTube for some reason. Oh, interesting. I appreciate you letting me know. That's a good it's a good thing there. Yeah, did you enjoy the betting stream? I don't know if you noticed who the guy was on there with us. It was Andy McNeil from Sportsnet Bets from last year, and then Rob Pizzola is he's my boss, a guy I work with every day, and he's one of the best hockey bettors in all of Canada, even North America to that extent. So it's kind of cool getting to do that show with them. Those guys are so analytically driven and understanding. I'm just learning new things about hockey every single day, which is amazing given how much. Zachary Miles, you 100% watch Overdrive. Role play level of concern. I don't think I can steal that segment. Then they'll know immediately that's not mine. But yeah, the betting stream that I did on Friday, hosted a Friday morning betting stream and talked about some of the games that were going on, but I appreciate you saying that. I always hold it down. Thank you very much. Jacob M. Okay, here, guys. Let me know. I'm going to throw a poll in the chat so I can get your answers, but I want to see your answers in real time. Will Samsonov be the number 1 by end of year? Yes. No. Let me know in the chat. My prediction was yes. I said yes. Samsonov will, in fact, Geno Malgin is O-Dog's clip, 100%. 100%. I'm not taking that for my own. I'm just saying that's one of my favorite things to call him, and I want to back that, and I want to make it a thing. I want to continue to grow Geno Malgin. Did you see that little between the legs move by Geno Malgin out there tonight? The guy was silky. He was silky. We did talk about Samsonov, but my prediction for Ilya Samsonov was that it wasn't even about whether or not Matt Murray wouldn't be good enough to hold the number 1 spot down. But I said in the preseason, I think Samsonov will take this over. There was a couple concerns for me in terms of some concern for me in terms of Matt Murray's injury history, what may happen there. And the other one was that I genuinely believe Samsonov is a good goaltender. He's 25 years old. He was a first-round draft pick in 2015. Like, it takes goaltenders a while to figure some things out and grow into those situations. I think Samsonov will be the number 1 by the end of the year, and I think that this 1 month opportunity for him, 24 days, 10 games, however you want to slice it, I think this opportunity for him could be the one that kind of pushes him over the edge to the situation where he gets into a spot where it's going to be a battle for that spot when Murray comes back. Because when Murray comes back from the injury, I don't think they're going to want to hand it to him. I really think that they wanted to give him... They wanted this to be a battle. And I think they wanted to push Samsonov, and that's what you have. That's exactly what you have here now. You have an opportunity to push Samsonov. Guys, we're only 8 likes away from 50, so if you guys can try to get us up to 50 there, that would be greatly appreciated, and hit that subscribe. Let's see what we're at for subscribers now. We're almost at 3K. If we get let's get a push on that 3K. It would greatly be appreciated, so smash that subscribe button. Brian saying, did we win? Yes, we did. 3-2 goals from David Kampf. A tying goal with 17 seconds left in the second period. A beautiful shot pass from Jake Muzzin right to the slot where he gets off to the side away from Thomas Chabot, creates a little bit of separation, stick on puck, and he tips that one directly through the 5-hole. That was a beautiful goal by David Kampf there. A great play all around. And then it flips into Nylander, beautiful goal to open up the scoring 2-1. Obviously, the Ottawa Senators come down not too long later. Claude Giroux buries one off of a rebound in front of the net. Also, thank you guys for the 50 likes. Greatly appreciated. Buries one off to the side of the net, the rebound there, and then 2-2 game. And then our savior, Justin Hall. I need I can't even play this animation because it's like, I'm just going to play this one for our guy Justin Hall. The celebration animation. Shout out Justin Hall. Just, what a performance. Hall for the Norris, guys. Hall for the Norris. Oh my God, these bots in the chat. Every time, you gotta just report. Get rid of that. All right, let's get into Willie. Actually, no. Before we get into Willie here, let's talk about David Kampf. I saw someone asking about David Kampf. I think he's been fine so far this year. Last year, he really stood out. I think that some of what is happening here is he's just on a line with maybe some guys who aren't going to be offensively productive as guys he was playing with last year were. So he's maybe not going to be as noticeable within the game plan. But, man, gets on the board here tonight, and we were looking at a guy who had scored 1 goal in the season 2 years ago. He has a career high year last year. Take that with a grain of salt because putting up the amount of goals he had last year, not that interesting. But sorry, I was reacting to something in the chat. Putting up the amount of goals that he did last year is not like outstanding, but yeah, maybe. I'll figure that out. Maybe give Donnie the mod every time he comes here. Never know. Donnie, do you think they did it for the cap space? Think they did what? The Murray LTIR? If they did that for the cap space, you know what? I wouldn't put it past them. Here's the thing with what might happen with Murray. If it's 24 days or 10 games is kind of the limit of where you can be at with it, there's a good possibility that they looked at it and went, okay, if you're going to be out 20 days, you're telling me you can't be out for 24 and extend that out and then hit the LTIR. The other thing that's probably running through the back of their heads is you're going to be injured and we're probably going to hold you out for 7 days. And then it's going to take maybe another 7 days for us to work you back into this. So you're going to be at 14. And if we just hold off and try not to rush you back and get you in to be in a good position where you feel healthy, you feel comfortable hopping back into the net at the end of that 24 days, we might as well maximize the LTIR, put you on there, give us an opportunity to bring Liljegren back into the lineup. I see Daniel Lobsinger saying, should they pick up another goalie with the cap space? No. I think this is a great pressure situation for Samsonov to step in and have to step up and actually push himself over the edge to be an incredible goaltender and take the number 1 spot. Sometimes opportunities present themselves to you when you least expect it, and I guarantee you nobody in the Leafs organization, and at the very least, Ilya Samsonov did not expect Matt Murray to go down 2-3 games into the season. The morning skate of Game 3 did not expect that to be the case and for that to happen. So now it's a pressure situation where you wanted that number 1 job. You wanted to jump into it. And now you've been handed that on a silver platter. Now, mind you, nobody wants Matt Murray to be injured. But this is the best opportunity for Ilya Samsonov to take that and step in and be like, hey, I will take all of this workload. I will take over everything that's going on here, and I will run with this. This is a good opportunity. The other part of this, Chalgren. Chalgren looked very, very good last year, or good enough last year where he gave us quality goaltending for an extended period of time when Freddie Anderson, or Peter Mrazek was out. When Jack Campbell had injury situations as well, Chalgren was the guy to step in. And he looked good. He looked calm, he looked poised, he looked comfortable. I think he can figure it out. This is a good opportunity to see what you have out of those guys. Point blank. The other thing is that you don't want to go and just grab another goaltender and then be in a worse position, especially when you're going to have to dump that guy because you're going to pick up a guy who's probably not worth much to be able to come in here and fill that void. And the other thing the other message that sends is you might not have confidence in the guys who are here. And then how does that come across to Samsonov? How does that come across to Chalgren? Chalgren's looking at this saying, I want to be the guy. I want to make this big club. And they're saying, hey, we got to go get another guy because we don't trust you to go in there. How does that play out? Gordon Graham saying, I think I heard Keefe reference Chalgren getting hurt too. He did get hurt last night in his Marley season opener. He got ran over, but he appeared fine. Like he said, he was good to go for today. He was on the bench. Brian saying, my son Eric says, go Leafs, go. Shout out your son, Brian. Shout out Eric. Go Leafs, go Eric. Thank you for the comments there. But guys, 140 concurrent viewers. Make sure you hit that like. We get more people in here. We want more people to join this community. And as mentioned before, if you guys want to talk more Leafs, you guys want to talk about it during the day, you want to ask us questions, you want to get involved or see when videos are coming out, get notified. If you haven't hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, make sure to join the Discord. The link should be in the description of this video, so make sure to join the Discord. You can hop on in there, get talk with other people that are coming here to this live chat, talking about things. Also, I'm seeing notification updates here. Donnie Brasco, Grizzly 21 2009, 4-1. Naughty 88 saying, yikes, Jack. Donnie Brasco saying, Kadri with a point. Hey, I watched the game Calgary against Colorado. Those teams are going to be heavy teams to play against. Cale Makar is so gross. He is so gross. I barely even have any other words to describe him. He's so good. It is disgusting what that guy can do with the puck, what he does defensively. Jeffrey Curry should have kept Freddie, just saying. I disagree with that. Ottawa Senators outlook. Shout out Senators fans hopping in here. Fire DJ. Is it panic time? I haven't played this animation in a while. I'm so excited to play it right now. Is it panic time in Ottawa?
Had we won more games, I wouldn't be here today. Wouldn't be standing here today in front of you. It's that simple.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Everybody calm down!
I don't get to use that. You know when I made that animation? Last year, when the Leafs started the season really rough, and we came on here and had that stream of tank for right after the game against Chicago that we lost. I made that animation during the game and got in here fired up, ready to go. I'm like, tanking for right. What was even the saying? Like, I don't even remember. But I'm coining this year. You guys want to use a good saying for this year? Remember, like, fail for nail and all that kind of stuff? Hard for Bedard. Going hard for Bedard. It's panic time in Ottawa. They're firing DJ. Sens outlook is firing DJ. They're getting done with it. Donnie Brasco, Toronto is going to have a hard time against playoff teams benefiting from a soft schedule to start. I don't think that actually plays that much of an impact. I get it. I know what you're saying in terms of like they haven't looked great against some of these bad teams early on here, or these lower down teams early on here, but I'm not too worried about it. And main reason being, Soup got the hook. First period, got the hook. Get out of the net, Jackie. Main reason being I'm not too worried about it is because I think they'll pick it up. Look at Matthews and Marner, what they did last year, where they started slow as well. Matthews coming off wrist surgery, missed some games, or started slow, missed some games later in the year. Marner started slow. Like they started slow. Gordon, hard for Bedard, a little too rainbow tinted. Ben Eng. Leafs have always been weird in that they play awesome against good teams, bad against bad teams. Yeah, that's fair. Remember the games against Buffalo where they were losing, like they lost like 5-1. They got blown out of the building. I think it happened in Toronto and in Buffalo back like in very short time span. And then we played the outdoor game against Buffalo and were brutal then. Craig Harrison, Matthews line will catch fire. It's automatic. I think once Matthews catches fire, like, he will be on a run. That is what this guy does, right? Once he gets hot, he gets hot. He's a guy who can go for an extended period of time, but he just has to get that under him. He'll have one game coming up here. Let me just like look at the schedule briefly to see kind of who's in line to be played against next for the Leafs over the next little bit. But I genuinely believe, like, bam, home against the Coyotes on the 17th. So Monday night, home against the Coyotes. Thursday the 20th, home versus the Stars. Saturday in Winnipeg. The 24th, Monday at Gold Vegas. These are all going to be opportunities for him to get on the board and get rocking. All those teams, I mean, obviously Winnipeg has Connor Hellebuyck in net, but it depends on if that's the matchup that night. But all these teams are a little bit weaker teams. I don't foresee Winnipeg being a team to jump into the playoff mix this year out in the West. I think the West is too strong. Winnipeg stays down, doesn't get into that mix. But Matthews, yeah, and even saying, also shout out Jeffrey Kerr. Enjoy your night, everyone. Thanks, Zach. Enjoy your day, Gordon. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thanks for hopping in. I see Donnie saying, I saw Matthews getting physical. There's a lot of things that he's doing to mix into his game that I think he's doing good things that are actually stepping up. And part of what is reminding me here, and it reminded me a little bit last year, late in the season, is when Ovi bought into the cap system and they started going on those runs. Like, the physicality, the shot blocking. Did you see him sliding in front of the puck in that slot where he just blocks the shot that's basically going to go into the net in the second period there? Like, he's sliding and blocking shots and stuff. He is going to get going. And I see people saying Bunting's chemistry. Brendan Agnew saying Bunting's chemistry with them hasn't looked like last year. I think it's just a mix of Marner and Matthews not getting going here as well. I think once they start to figure things out, once they start to get rolling, those two, it'll start rolling for everyone. Bunting can maybe stop trying as hard to get them going, and it can just start flowing organically. I feel like every single one of them is just pushing. I feel like every single one of them is just maybe gripping their sticks a little too tight because they know how much is on them at this point. Also, Gordon Graham saying off the hockey practice, one of my kids is the first Japanese to score in the KHL, Yu Sato. Gordon Graham, have a good evening, lads and ladies. Enjoy your practice, Gordon. I'm searching up Yu Sato right now. Sato. Yu Sato. He plays for... Holy smokes. Someone Google that name and see if you can figure out how to say it. Torpedo Nizhny Novgorod. That is a name. Someone give me the enunciation of that. Wild. Gordon, that guy came from Quebec Ramparts, QMJHL. Whoa, he's played everywhere. He played in Russia, Finland, came to Canada, played in the Q, went to the USHL, then he went back, played in Russia. What a time. Jack Campbell pulled. Craig Harrison, Marner is still in pass mode. That will change. I actually didn't notice that. That's a good observation. I did notice that he has been a little bit more hesitant to shoot the puck this year, which is kind of interesting. A lot of what we heard about him in the offseason was that he had put on muscle, he had gained weight, he gained strength, he did all this stuff. Well, that should apply to your shot. That should apply to your ability to have a more forceful shot or a more whatever, but he just kind of hasn't done that this year, hasn't showed it, hasn't tried it, whatever you want to call it. But hopefully he can get that going because I think that just makes him a more versatile, more dangerous threat on offense where you're not looking at the guy going, he's going to pass it every single time. When he opens up and starts shooting, it changes the game. It changes the plan of the game and how he's going to be going. And then it also opens things up for Bunting and Matthews to get going as well because the other team has to focus a little bit more attention onto Marner about what he's going to do. And he has been kind of in pass first mode so far. And it's not even like pass first mode and, oh, he's going to shoot at some point. But yeah. Grizzly 21, 2009. I saw Marner lay a big hit tonight. Also, did you guys see Matthews lay that big hit? I think it was in the first period. He finished his check on the defenseman, just ran over the guy. Like, he's been doing some different stuff to his game. He seems to be getting a lot stronger. RNB. Hurricanes are a very defensive-minded team. Even Mrazek looked good there. I don't know where the Hurricanes combo came from, but yeah, fair enough. Also, guys, 66 likes. Can we get it to 75? Dyslexic. Marner's skating is noticeably faster this year. Interesting. I'll pay more attention to that going forward. I hadn't really kind of anticipated him being significantly faster. The one guy that I was looking at a lot for was John Tavares to be faster this year, because we heard that he was trying to focus on his skating in the offseason when he was trying to not become a winger and become an $11 million winger and actually remain what he was brought here to be. But what is that? What are you talking about, Denver? Happy Gilmore, he's not a true number one. He played really well in Toronto. What do you want me to say? I don't know. I didn't have a problem with him. I'm quite happy with Samsonov right now. Samsonov, however you want to say it. I think he corrected it with some people to Samsonov, but Jack Campbell's numbers with Toronto. 9-15 in 6 games played, 9-21 through 22 games played, and 9-14 through 49 games played. 31, 9-6, 17, 3-2, 3-2-1. He was fine. Like, he did okay, and those playoff losses were not his fault. That was a fundamental team issue that kind of left that down, where he just was not great there. I truly believe that. I think he could have helped, but I also knew going into the playoffs and during the regular season last year, he's not going to be a guy who goes out of his way to win you games. He's not the goaltender who wins you games. He's a guy who maybe won't lose you them, but I never thought he would be a guy who would win you games. So, hey, maybe he's showing his true colors there in Ottawa and Edmonton, who's a team that, in my opinion, is a worse team defensively than what Toronto even has. I'm just seeing Kadri goes coast to coast and buries first goal as a Flame. We'll have to check that out later. Brendan Agnew. I like Campbell. Then the Detroit game happened and I was done with him pretty much. Okay, fair enough. That was a really bad game. Andrew Augustine. Is it pronounced Yarn Crow or Yarn Crook? I think it's Yarn Crook. Yeah, pretty sure that's what it is. Hertlock 66. Samsonov is only 25 and has already played 3 seasons and will be at RFA at the end of the year. RFA, though, we can lock him in, bring him back. Like, I think we're in a good position with the goaltenders, and then you can maybe move on from a guy like Matt Murray. Denver Charlotte Ball, yeah, but Leafs are a good team. That's why he looked good. Yeah, but that's fine, right? Like, Pittsburgh was a good team. That's why Matt Murray looked good. He won a Stanley Cup. St. Louis was a good team. Jordan Binnington, they made him look good. That's why you won a cup. That's why he got paid. He's a guy who can look. They're guys who can look good and behind good teams and get them to win cups. Darcy Kemper. Let's see what his true colors are in Washington in front of it or behind a team that's not that great in front of him. If Darcy Kemper can go out there and just prove that he's a true number one, and hey, maybe his team's still not that great, like what I would go to Varlamov or Sorokin in the Island. They still put up numbers last year, and their team sucked. Like, those guys are obviously legitimate goaltenders. That's part of why I think the Islanders will actually take a step forward this year and not be as bad as as bad as a lot of people think. Grizzly 21 2009. Don't the Leafs have a star goalie in the minors right now? I don't know. Leafs goaltending prospects. Oh, yeah, the guy from Minnesota. Dryden McKay. Isn't he suspended for taking steroids or something. Dryden McKay is in the ECHL with the Newfoundland Growlers. They have not played, or he has not played a game yet for them. Yeah, I think Dryden McKay is nasty. He won the, take this in though. He won the Hobie Baker, but not the best goaltender award. Weird situation there. Obviously, yeah, I know you're not referring to Petrozelli, but Happy Gilmore, last year's playoffs, Jack couldn't make a save in close, always scrambling. He was a little scrambly, but I still don't think that that's why we lost. Puckhound, Leafs should send the Caps a fruit basket for letting Samsonov for nothing. Agreed. Denver Charlebois, the thing I never liked about Campbell is he's hard on himself. Guy has no confidence. Well, you may not like Samsonov then, because the big thing about him has always been that he's an emotional guy. He gets frustrated when goals happen against, and he gets real excited when he's winning and playing well. So you might not like him either then. And Matt Murray seems to be a guy who's hard on himself as well. So you might not like the guys we have here. But I don't know. I like when the guys play with their heart on their sleeve. As long as it's not going to make them go downhill in terms of it's going to overly frustrate them or get into their heads, I think it's fine. But if you play with some emotion, play with your heart on your sleeve, who cares? Let it fly. Arnott B. By the way, Matthews is not selfish like Ovi, which is why it took him long to win a cup. Well, yeah, okay, fair. I just think that some of the difference where Matthews is coming from for this year is in even part of last season is that he's just buying into some of the other stuff that he wasn't really doing to start. Andrew Leonard, early scramble, Leafs force out wins, Bud's pushing to win. Let's go Leafs. Let's go Leafs. Go Leafs go. Let's go Leafs. What a quote that was. Craig Harrison, the Leafs have the best sports psychologist money can buy. Yep, but clearly did not exercise the demons and get them out of the first round. Got 68 likes, 135 people watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications to get notified every single time we go live or every single time we post a video. Videos will be coming out, recapping things, breaking things down. Maybe have a video coming out at some point talking about the Murray situation, the LTIR, maybe some potential trade possibilities or some things we might have to look at with that, but make sure you subscribe and hit like on this video. Let's get to 80 likes before we get out of here. Let's get to 80 likes. Hit like on this video. Let's get like a like spike going or something in here. Denver Charlebois, what would your thoughts be on bringing Reimer back? I feel like he might be the answer. No. No. Dude, no. I think Reimer's good. I have respect for him. He's not the answer. James Reimer is 34 years old, $2.25 million. He's in the last year of his contract. I would still not do it. I just don't see what that... I just don't see what that does for this team. Seriously, like, what does that change? What does that do? What does that improve? I don't know. I don't think that that's a benefit to have James Reimer here. Let Samsonov fly. Like, let's see what the guy can do. I have faith in him. I have faith in him. I get that that's half of what Murray gets paid, but we have Matt Murray and we're paying him right now. So, no. Like, I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. I think Samsonov can be the guy. I've got confidence. I think he can do it. I think he can step in. Arnott B, because people were saying we should have signed Freddie. That's why I brought up Hurricanes. Okay, I see. Andrew Leonard, I'm in school and 2 3-year-old. I barely have time, my friend. Cherish my rare moments here. Yeah, we know, Andrew. We appreciate it. Fair enough. David Gerard, agreed. Grizzly, address the D situation. Agreed. I'm on the same page. Brendan Agnew, let's bring back memories from the Boston choke. Let's get Phil back too. Did you guys not watch the video that I did in the summer about Phil? I said, no, we're not bringing the guy back. We cannot bring that guy back. You know what I realized that I can do now with this setup is we can watch YouTube videos, that old Leafs Digest YouTube videos, and react to stuff live. Like I could play through things and we can go through some old reactions that we've had and just react to them as they're happening. Maybe I'll set up some stream for it and we can maybe do some of that. If you guys have like a requested one that you want us to react to live, and then we can go through it like as a chat and as everyone, and we can just go through, let us know. We can do that. But yeah, we'll see. Craig Harrison, Muzzin scares me on a nightly basis. He's so slow. Me too. I'm concerned about that. Andrew Leonard, yo, Zach, what's your tinfoil hat theory on Matt Murray's injury? Good question. No tinfoil hat, really. I did talk about it a little bit already, but just to reiterate, and we can kind of go back and forth, and if people have different opinions about some of the stuff, feel free to let me know. I think that the Leafs just looked at the situation with Murray. They know that Timothy Liljegren's going to be coming back soon, and we had to move some money. They're probably going to have to trade or cut somebody or waive somebody. And rather than having to do that, I feel like they looked at Murray, a guy who's had injury issues, and they probably evaluated him. And now this is just strictly like assumption. I'm not saying this from any type of information given. I'm just saying this from what I think might have happened. I feel like they probably looked at it and they went, you're going to be out for X number of days. I would assume probably 7 to 10. We would want to keep you rested for another 7 and give you that opportunity to get back and make sure you feel good before you hop back into the net. So then you're looking at maybe 14 to 20 days sometime between there. And if you've only got to wait 4 more days to get onto the LTIR, and it's only 10 games in that stretch where you can go 6 or 7 games of Samsonov and 3 games of Chalgren, where Murray would probably only play 4 or 5 in that stretch, you just say, hey man, because remember with the goaltender, as opposed to like the every other guy, rather than playing every one of those 10 games, he's only going to play, I mean, depending on what the schedule is, but he might only play 5, 6, even if they put him in like the starting position. So, okay, so maybe you limit it and you say, hey, we're going to have you be the backup guy. He's going to play 3, 4, maybe 5 if they want to split the net. But then you can go, okay, we're going to put this on Samsonov, give him the opportunity to run with this, bring Chalgren in here, a guy that we have trust in, we saw play last year. Plus, we get the benefit of putting you on LTIR and hoping you come back healthier than you were going into this, because you get a bit of a rest, you get to strengthen it, you get to hopefully figure some things out, and maybe push to be in a position where, hey, this isn't going to be a problem for the remainder of the season. You just say, hey, go to the LTIR, we'll open up that space, bring Liljegren back, and give ourselves 24 more days until we have to make a decision about any type of cap and who's going where. Like, sell high on Justin Hall right now, man. The guy's a Norris Trophy candidate. Legend. I'm seeing a lot of chatter about Alex Debrincat while I was just talking about that there. Let's see what we're talking about. Denver, Charlotte, I honestly find Debrincat on the Sens just so weird. Not sure why Blackhawks would give him away. He's such a great player. Alex Debrincat would look amazing on the Leafs. God, I wish we had him. Campbell is Mike Smith's younger brother. As far as the Debrincat situation goes, it's weird. I had a little rant about it a while ago because I was talking about how when it comes to the Blackhawks, when you're rebuilding, what you're trying to do is build around young guys, and you want to be bad, but you want to give the young guys an opportunity to step in, play games, and get going. And that's part of what's going to help you be bad, is because you're surrounding the young guys with players who just fill in. Think about what the Leafs did when they tried to allow Morgan Rielly be the guy, and then they brought in all these bad players around them, and they were basically just like, all right, go be bad. And in the first year that the young guys were here, it basically was just like, all right, they're so good that they can take us to the playoffs. Well, Chicago was basically in a position where they were terrified of being middle ground, I feel like. So they were like, all right, let's just get rid of our good players and just be really bad. But they got rid of the wrong good players. Like, Duncan Keith goes, okay, good. But then you went out and brought in Seth Jones. You brought in Marc-Andre Fleury. You brought in all these guys thinking you're going to be good. And then now all of a sudden you're going the other way and you're like, hey, we got to get young and build around young guys. And then you traded your young guys. It was like they were scared of the young guys being too good and making the team good. That was where I was like, what the heck is happening? Like, how can this team possibly be comfortable with trading these young guys when, like, you're trying to build around young guys? Debrincat is the future. Trade the Canes, trade Taves. You got rid of Seabrook. You got rid of Keith. Like, move some other pieces, move older pieces who can garner interest coming back. Even looking at Brandon Hagel, trading him for a haul for sure, but he's also not an old player. Like, Brandon Hagel is a guy who could easily make an impact on that team going forward or be more of a core piece on that team. The guy's 24. Unless he was drafted late. No, he's 24. So why are you moving those pieces? It was so weird. Same old lame Detroit Lions. Toronto needs to get even younger. I disagree with that. I don't see that being the case. Like, average age. $27.75. Okay. The Leafs are 22nd in the league in terms of average age. That is for... Oh, no, that was last year. The Leafs are 24th. 28.13. Why would you want to get younger? When we're talking about this team and you're going to sit here and say they need more experience, they need to be better, they need this, they need that, they need guys who have been there, done that, won the cup, won this, physical, old, veteran, and then it's like, but we need to get younger. Well, you can't have both in the same sentence. They also have all these young guys, and being average age 28, like, you have some older guys, but like, why do we need to get younger? The D is pretty old, TBH. Giordano Buzzin is old. They are old and slow. Denver Charlotte Ball. Leafs used to be a young team when Austin first arrived. Well, yeah. Austin Matthews, 27 is prime age. Oh, same old lame Detroit Lions. I was kidding. Leafs will figure it out this year. Okay, my bad. Apologies. All right, let's get into our Austin Matthews play of the game. All right. Austin Matthews play of the game. I'm going with the Jake Muzzin pass to David Kampf there. That was a good heads-up play. It was a great pass to him in the slot. He creates separation from Thomas Chabot, gets his stick on the puck, perfectly deflected pass. And also, Alex Kerfoot, if you watch that play, he was right there in the background if that puck got through. I think he was going to be able to bury that as well. But the other one I'm just going to give an honorable mention to for the play of the game. Maybe a Norris Trophy candidate? No, I'm kidding. I'm giving it to Ilya Samsonov for having to make an insane save on his own defenseman who gets the puck knocked off of his stick. And he has to make a sliding kick save on TJ Brody as he's coming across and he gets knocked. I am not going to give it to our guy Justin Hall here, unfortunately. Good night for him. He's had a good couple of nights at this point, but Justin Hall will not garner the awesome Matthews play of the game for today. I mean, as much as Gordo would like to have that, this is where we're starting. Just go with that. Hall for Norris. Get this trending. Everyone go on Twitter. Follow this. Follow at Zack Phil and at Leafs Digest. And tweet. Tag us and tweet hashtag Hall for Norris. If you guys have Twitter, go follow me at Zack Phil. Follow Leafs Digest. And then tweet at me Hashtag Hall for Norris, and let's get it trending. Let's get Hall for Norris trending. Can you guys give me 7 more likes here by the end of the stream? We're at 83. We're almost at 90. Also a reminder, if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do so. Go on Twitter right now, tag me and tweet hashtag Hall for Norris. Hashtag Hall for Norris. I want to see the tweets. I want to see the tags. I want to see it. Everyone go on Twitter right now, tag me, tag Leafs Digest, hashtag Hall for Norris. Awesome Matthew saying, I'm surprised Gordon is not here. He must be out on the streets celebrating. He was here earlier, but he had to go. He had to go to coach hockey, so unfortunately Gordon could not be here to celebrate this as well. But yeah, shout out Gordon. He is the man, unable to make it here tonight. For the entire stream. Also, Samsonov for Vezina. Yeah, sure. Fire that one up too. Hashtag Samsonov for Vezina. Gordon is hammered watching that goal on repeat. Gordo is having the time of his life. Actually, you know what? Do you guys remember this? Do you remember that ESPN reporter, Sergio Dip? And he says, having the time of his life. That's Gordo right now. I might just drop that as a soundbite that we can play at all times on this show, because that is an all-time soundbite. I'm gonna play this. You guys are gonna enjoy this with me. Actually, no, I can't do that. I was gonna try something, but can't do it. Can't do it. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Him now on the screen. This diversity in his background is helping him a lot tonight. Quarterback at Colorado, defensive back in the NFL, and here he is having the time of his life.
That's Gordo tonight. Gordo is having the time of his life. He's watching that Justin Hall goal. He knows it's going to be on 8 million highlights tomorrow. And he's going to come back here and comment, having the time of his life. 5 more likes to get us to 90 here. Low IQ detector. Zach, how's working for betstamp? Working for betstamp is incredible. Also, if you guys have not already, make sure to head over to betstamp and download the app, or go to betstamp.app, enter referral code Leafs. You can also make sure you go in there and follow me, follow my Betstamp account. You can see all the bets that I'm placing in real time. You get notified when I'm placing bets. You can follow along with my picks. You can fade my picks, whatever you want to do. I would recommend right now, don't fade my picks, being on a little bit of a hot streak. But we can also do some betting stuff here on the show if you guys would like. Maybe some pre-game, here's what I'm betting on tonight stuff. But if you want to see all that kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Turn on the bell to get notified every time videos come on. But yes, if you want to download the Betstamp app, go to betstamp.app or go to the App Store, go to Google Play, go to the Android Store and download Betstamp. Put referral code Leafs when you sign up, and then make sure to follow me so you can see all my picks in real time. Betstamp is an odds aggregate to bring in all the odds across all the different sports books, to give you the best odds for anything you want to bet on. You want to bet on the Leafs to win. You want to bet on the spread of the game, or you want to bet on goals scored by Austin Matthews, which I do almost every single night religiously. You can find it all on the Betstamp app. It will turn into the best. It will show you the best odds that you can find on there. So make sure to go there and do that. I had to give it a plug. Make sure to download the Betstamp app. Put referral code Leafs when you sign up. Shout out to Betstamp for that. I had myself a good night tonight. You can go check that out. But also 109 people watching right now, 89 likes. What's one more? What's one more like? We got to get to the 90 or 100 if you guys want. 100, that's up to you guys, but 90, come on. Don't hold me back from 90. Couple more things before we get to our grades of the game and wrap this one up. Also, Andrew Leonard saying, how have I never seen this before? I don't know, man. That's an incredible clip. I'm adding that audio to this show immediately. Like, I'm actually adding it right after the show and having it in so that I can be having the time of his life every single time I come onto this stream. Having the time of his life. Awesome, Matthews. Ottawa could use a top-tier defender such as Hall. Hall for Debrincat. Dude, why would they not want a Norris Trophy candidate on their team? Hashtag Hall for Norris. Tweet at me, please. At Zack Phil. Hashtag Hall for Norris. I want to see the tweets, guys. At Zack Phil. Hashtag Hall for Norris. I don't see any tweets coming in yet. Do this. Fire it up. Denver Charlebois. I really want to like Hall, man. I really do. If he can play consistent for 10 or so games and a few stinkers, I'll have a different mindset of him. Yeah, fair enough. Like, that's the thing, right? And he says, until then, he's not that great. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Goody and I came on here last year at different points and we're like, yeah, he's having a good stretch. He's doing well. Oh, no. And he would go downhill. And we're like, damn it. And then he was horrible for a stretch again. And it's like, oh man, like you were right there. And then we could see the value people had and it just didn't work. So I don't know. It's just, but yeah, I don't know. I can't get on board. I'm just still not a fan. I think there's way too much downside with him. That's my personal problem. Guys, hit that like button. What's one more? We're at 99. What's one more? Ben Eng, if Hull stayed at home as a defensive D-man, we wouldn't cringe every time he allows an odd man rush going the other way. Every single part of me wishes you were making a joke there about him staying at home and us not having to worry about him. Every single part of me. You're not talking about him physically staying at home, and I know you're not. I kind of got a little disappointed. If he just stayed at home, yeah, would be nice, wouldn't it? I would be happy too. Hull for Zaitsev, 1 for 1. Zaitsev clearly had a problem here, and I think it might have had to do with our guy, Mikey B. That guy was a little bit aggressive. Seems like it wasn't the best situation for him here in Toronto. So, yeah. Brianna B, hey, what's up? Hey, Brianna, shout out. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 3K subscribers now, so help us get to that 3K. We'll continue to grow this community, continue to grow rapidly. I see we're almost at 2,800 right now. We're 7 away, so hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. But guys, before I get up to, actually, you know what? I'll just get into this right now. Let's do our grades of the game. Okay, I got a question here. Before I get into the grades of the game, would you guys be interested if we did like live streams where we're doing Goody and I are maybe doing like Be a GM or like streaming video games or anything like that? I just want to find the interest of the chat on that. It's something that I've like thought about doing and seeing what you guys might want to do for that. But if not offended, just curious, that kind of thing. Riley is starting to get caught down low and pinching from Donnie Brasco. Yeah, fair enough. Also, low IQ detector. Josh still do this with you? Yes, he does. He was on the previous 2 live streams. Could not make it tonight. Volunteering at the animal shelter. Good of you, unable to make it. So, but he'll be back. Don't stress. Grades of the game tonight. Normally I go into a full-on breakdown of this one, but tonight I'm just keeping it simple. I think that it's just objectively is like a B game. You find a way to get out of it. The reason I would go maybe a little bit higher, but it's also just like you kind of have your big dogs not really creating as much offense as you'd like them to. Obviously, Matthews gets an assist on the Nylander goal from Marner as well, and then Marner gets an assist on the Hull. Actually, I want to see if Marner got 2 assists there, but I mean, I'd like to see more contribution from the offense is really kind of what I'm getting at. Marner, 1 assist. I thought he ended up getting credited with 2. Unfortunately, does not. But Brendan Agnew, Hall is not bad in the NHL game. It's not realistic. Fair enough. The guy's just not throwing pizzas or what? I'm just going to go with a B, though. I think Samsonov was the best part of tonight's game. A 926 save percentage, 25 saves, 2 goals against. Like, that's what I'm looking for from my goaltender. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with him here tonight, but I don't think it was that great. I do agree with Andrew, though. These random wins early matter much more later in the season. Agreed, because then you're not scrambling for things. You're not looking back going, oh, if only we had that game. We should have won that game against Montreal, but you're 2-1 at this point. You push on. Naughty 88. I wish Sammy's 2.0 GA and 923 save percentage was sustainable. The save percentage might be. The GAA probably not. Wow. Huge super chat there from Low IQ Detector. Thank you so much. Haven't tuned in for a while and also changed my username. Paying respects, brother. Download betstamp chat. What did you change your username from? Are you gonna tell us or no? Also, thank you so much for the super chat. That is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Low IQ Detector. What is your what was your old name? I want to know now. But thank you, and yeah, download betstamp. Referral code Leafs. Referral code Leafs when you sign up. Referral code Leafs at betstamp. Thank you. But if you let us know if you want to let us know who it was. But if anybody disagrees with that, B. But also Samsonov for me, yet again, I think this guy could be the number one. I think he could be the number one by the end of the season. This is going to be a great opportunity for him to push and hold that spot over Murray as he pushes along for this year. I really, really do. I think he could make something of it. We'll see what happens there. Anything else? Last questions, last thoughts before we go on. Andrew Leonard, Leafs kind of need to aim for number one spot, so I'm not totally satisfied with performance. Fair enough. I think so too. The only thing is I don't want them to win the President's Trophy. That is a bad omen. It's bad luck for the playoffs. So be number 2. Denver Charlebois, what are your thoughts on The Rock being at the Leafs playoff games to end the first round curse? I feel like he might be the answer. If The Rock comes back and starts doing Let's Go Leafs, could be hilarious. Do you guys remember when Pepsi did the commercial for the World Juniors for Canada and they tried to change the anthem to A-O, Canada, go? That was horrid. That was horrid. That's what this Let's Go Leafs reminded me of. Also, another huge super chat from Low IQ Detector. He says, also, thank you for the super chat. There it is. Thank you again, Low IQ Detector. Greatly appreciate it. If you want to let us know what your old username was, that would be we'd be interested as a chat, I think, to find out who you used to be in here. But Low IQ Detector with the chat, super chats, the super chats. No, don't get that twist. Saying, what seed will the Leafs finish? I have a bad feeling about this season. Really, I think they win their division. I think they win their division. I think they win the East, and I think they finish third. I think they win the East. Calgary 1. Colorado 2. Yeah, I think that's a fair prediction. I don't know. I don't think it's crazy, but like, that's obviously some bias as a Leafs fan. But I think also just objectively, I think they can win the East. Like, goaltending is going to be the biggest factor here about what happens. And I think Samsonov can be the guy. I'm a big Samsonov fan. I don't know what it is. I'm just a huge Samsonov fan. I really support the guy, really support what he can do. And I think he could take this team to another level. So I'm in. I'm bought in on Samsonov. And I think he could be the guy. And I think it could push them over the hump. But shout out Low IQ Detector for the super chat. That is greatly appreciated, as always. I also, can anybody remember that song? I think it's like Unlimited Mega Jam.
Start selling online.
Ads. Who puts ads in videos, right? Who does that?
Yeah, baby.
This is the song. That's the song. That's the song I'm going with. That's the one I want to hear when every time Austin Matthews scores, when he scores 45 more times at home this year, en route to a 68 goal season. I want to hear, yeah, baby. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. That goal song's got to change. You know what that was by the Leafs? That was the biggest FU to everyone to just not play that, change the goal song. Like, they get in here and then just nothing happens. Also, shout out Gord. I do see that Gord came back here. Also, Low IQ Detector. You want to talk about some pump up to be able to win this division? See who's going to win? You change that song. The Leafs are just fired up. They're going, and then they just roll right in, score another one. Brandon Agnew, DMX was a better suggestion. It would never happen, though, sadly. Yeah, that was fire. Yo, come on. What was that song again? DMX. This one. It's not playing. That actually get the people going. You're telling me that the vault, that's also what we got to rock with. The vault has got to just explode. The golf is going nuts. The vault is going nuts if that song comes on when Austin Matthews scores. Like, it's actually blowing up. Grizzly 21 2009, I was there for the 50 and 50 game, and they played 50 mission cap. I was there for the 50 and 50 game too. I thought they played Hall & Oates. Gooding and I were there. Wait. Yeah. No. We were there for goal 50. Not 50 and 50. All right. Everyone go tweet at me right now. Hashtag Hall for Norris. Please. I want to see it. I want to see hashtag Hall for Norris. All right, guys. Last questions. Let's leave it open for a couple minutes here before I end this off. But last questions before I... Happy Gilmore. Trend that on Twitter to change the Leafs goal song. Hurt Locker 66. I'm still sticking with Kickstart My Heart. Okay. Gordon Graham, got to be a hard rock chord crunching number. Let's consult here as a group. James Lamb, I love Leafs Digest. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's been in here so far. If anybody's new and hasn't subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe. Turn on those notifications. If you have not hit like on this video, make sure you do so as well. Smash that like button. But yeah, as we're just wrapping up here, like, any last questions, let us know. This is just a full hangout at this point. Oh my God. Low IQ Detector. Another super chat from Low IQ Detector. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated for the mega super chat. Low with the hat trick. Yes, a full blown hat trick for Low IQ Detector. Thank you so much for the super chat. Low IQ Detector saying, would be dope if each player had their own goal song. Have the horn go for 6 to 7 seconds so the audio guy can find the player's song, kind of like the baseball walk-up song. Oh, I actually really like that. Actually. Okay. I'm going to get my towel back up here. Tell me in the chat, what is your personal song? Also, James Lamb, I'm hitting subscribe because I love Leafs Digest. Thank you. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate all the support. You guys have actually made this so much fun to do. Like, remember when Goody and I were starting this and he asked me if this is something I'd want to do. I was not sure how my interest level of going on camera. I'm just like being on there every day and doing all this stuff. But I mean, very quickly, this Leafs Digest community became a fun place to be. It became an interesting place to throw videos out and just see what people thought and how they felt and how the community was. And like, I don't consider myself to be like the voice of it, but to be able to sit here in front of you guys and just kind of go back and forth and read everyone's thoughts and how they're feeling about things. And then, I mean, we will continue to take callers throughout this. To be completely honest, right now, I just have to try to figure some stuff out in terms of getting the best quality that I can into the computer for that, trying to get some new animations going, some stuff that can go on screen. But yeah, like this has been incredible. So thank you guys so much for this. Oh my. And another super chat here. James Lamb with the super chat. Shout out James. James saying 13, just straight up the super chat. Nothing said. Thank you, James, for the super chat. James is absolutely the man. Gil Grunt. Nice. I don't even know. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Like, what is this dude saying? Thank you, James, for the super chat. Thank you to Low IQ for the super chat as well. You guys are the man. You guys are unreal. Low IQ Detector saying L Gil. That's an L. Yo, I've always wanted to say this because like when I was trying to figure out how to run streams. Also, thank you so much, Gordon. Gordon saying filling air and addressing chat. Not easy to be so smooth. Great job, Zach and Goody. I appreciate it. I'm certain Goody appreciates it too. So thank you so much for the love and the appreciation. It means a lot. But yeah, Andrew, that's completely valid. Time that man out. But I've always wanted to say this. I would watch streams to try to figure out like what's the best way that I can present myself on stream for the chat. Do I got to be talking all the time? Can I take pauses? Like all that kind of stuff. So I would trying to figure that stuff out. But one thing that I would see, can we get an F in the chat? If you guys are in the chat right now, give me an F in the chat for Gil Grunt. I want an F in the chat for Gil Grunt saying the Leafs suck. Gil's obviously fooling right now. Has no idea the Leafs are 2-1. Just beat the Sens, beat the Caps. Austin Matthews is still going to score 65 plus goals this season. Like, give me an F in the chat. I just want to see like a whole bunch of Fs in the chat and then you can chill. But I always wanted to say that. F in the chat. Give me an F in the chat. No, James, C. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I always wanted to see this. I can't wait. I'm going to send a screenshot to Goody tomorrow morning and just be like, yo, I got F's in the chat. Yes. F in the chat. F in the chat. Can you do like a... No, that's really... I shouldn't do that. F's in the chat. F's in the chat. Bro Guide Entertainment. Hull scored. He has more goals than Marner right now and tied with Matthews and Tavares. Guys, if you're on Twitter, if anybody has Twitter, follow Leafs Digest, follow at Zack Phil, and tweet at me and type hashtag Hull for Norris. We're getting it trending. We're legit getting it trending. Thank you guys so much for the F's in the chat. I always wanted to say that. I always wanted to see it. I greatly appreciate it, but thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. F's in the chat. Oh man, that is incredible. Let's get Justin Hull for Norris. But yes, okay, before I wrap this up, let's just see this as we kind of just wrap some things up here. I want to see this. Give me your personal goal song. And I'll read them out and we can break them down. Give me your personal goal song. I want to hear what your goal song would be, and then I'll tell you mine, and then we can wrap it up. Hull for Norris. Hull for Norris. My Twitter is at Zack Phil. I'll put it in the chat here again. At Zack Phil. 2 L's. No, Gord. Hall for Norris, man. We're getting it trending. Arnav, throwing an F in the chat. Hello, late. Hall scores 60 this year. You never know. Benning. My goal song would be Come Sail Away. Oh, what a tune. Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away. What a tune. James Lamb. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, James. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Appreciate all the support. James, hope to see you soon. Hopefully we can get out to a Raptors game again. Go for, what do we even go for? Korean barbecue? Fire. Got to get you back out here. James, thank you so much. Another super chat from James. James, you are the man. Got to get you back out to Toronto. Low IQ detector, just with the GIF there. Does that come in the chat? Yeah, it does. Okay, nice. Low IQ detector with yet another super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. As always, greatly appreciated from everyone. Thank you guys so much. But James, we got to get you back out to Toronto. 100%. I also got to come out to the East Coast at some point here. All right, let's go through some of these quickly, and then we'll wrap this up. Oh, the Boss is Coming, Arkells by Andrew. Okay, that would be your goal song. Yeah, I wouldn't be mine, but I respect it. I respect it nonetheless. I don't think it's a bad choice. Grizzly 21, 2009, Bigger Than Hip Hop. Or 100th Meridian. I don't think I'm going to get in trouble from YouTube for this, so. Bigger than. Okay, I don't know what's going to come out later in that song, so I'll just pause that. Yo, Happy Gilmore. That is a tune. I forgot that song existed. Fire. All right, what else do we got in the chat here? Also, Denver Charlotte, Zach, will you do the mullet again? I kind of still have it. I don't. Can you see? Like, it's kind of still there. I let it grow. I should probably trim up the top again and then trim up the sides. I can clean that up. But like, yeah, sure, I can do that. I'm not opposed to it. Kind of like it, actually. Not even gonna lie, kind of like it. What else do we got? Mikey Fuse, 2 Unlimited, ready for this. I'll find this right now. Oh yeah. This is actually the one I think I was going to go with anyways. Yeah, that's fire. Y'all ready for this? Now. What else? Yo, you know what used to be my pregame song when I was listening to before I would go play my games? I'm just gonna play this for you guys now. This was a full influence by my dad, because he was all into this music, so he'd play it for me all the time. But this is what he would play like going to games. Low IQ, yes, I was. Were you asking if people want to see stream for you and Josh streaming NHL? Yeah, I was. Do you guys know this song? Come on. Tell me you know this song. This wouldn't be my goal song. 100% it would not be my goal song, but this was pre-game. I was listening to this. I would bang this in the car, playing this, getting fired up, ready to run through a wall. Tell me that doesn't get you pumped up. Doesn't get the people going. The Final Countdown, Europe. Steven Engel's dad is a heavy rock drummer. I grew up with him in Scarborough. No way. Yeah, Brendan Agnew, Final Countdown. Cowboys Chad 5X, Final Countdown. What a tune, right? Also, Eye of the Tiger. Cotton Eye Joe. Let me look through like real quick and see if I have like my OG playlist on here. Library playlists. Oh, that's just the throwback. No, it's not in this playlist. I can't find the playlist, guys. Damn it. Wait, maybe it's in here. Oh yeah, we like Sparty's in this playlist. Also, Darude Sandstorm. Gil Grunt, Bruins are winning the cup. Are you well? Yo. I don't know if I have this animation. Oh no. Wrong button. Hold on. Let me find this animation for you guys real quick. What is this? What is the animation? I gotta play it. Hold on. I know people in here know what I'm about to play. It's not gonna be good. Oh, it might be gone. Oh, it's not on this computer. Rip. You guys remember when I used to play the Bruins? Bruins. Okay. Final goal song. Ooh. Let me just play this and make sure. Honestly, I don't even know. I haven't even really like thought about what my final goal song would be. But I think maybe that DMX song, because it's hype, like actually gets you going. I always loved the Blackhawks goal song. That one would get me going as well. But let's see. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Cotton Eye Joe. That used to be a banger pregame. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. It has been incredible. As always, I greatly appreciate everyone who's followed along, subscribed to the channel, hit like, and anyone who turns on notifications, participates in the chat. It is appreciated as always. So thank you so much. And if you're here right now and you have not hit that subscribe button, you have not hit like on this video, make sure you do so on your way out. We got 110 likes, so hit that like button, get us up as far as we can go. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in here tonight. Leafs win this one 3-2 over the Ottawa Senators, move to 2-1 on the season. Next game, Monday night against the Arizona Coyotes at home at the Vault. Austin Matthews anytime goal, lock it in.